Hello there. I have a customer ask me to do a favor box. It look like the model that I have right here, but in a different theme. First, I'm going to start with two circles, one inside the other. First circle, it's going to present the plastic bubble that I have on hand. Its diameter 7.5 centimeter. The outer circle, it's going to be 9.8 centimeter. Now we select them both and we go to this tab to align them. The inside circle, I don't want it to be cut because the plastic bubble is going to place on top of it. To do that, select the inside circle and then go into the same tab and then go to no cut. Going back to the design tab. Now we go into rectangular tool. We make the width of the rectangle the same as the outside circle. To be accurate with your design, you have to control the size from here. To end up with professional design, you have to always pay attention for the alignment of your object. Everything has to be in the center. Select the rectangular shape and the outer circle together. Align them to the center from this icon. If you pay attention, the inner circle is still not attached to my object. Because when I'm going to weld the two parts, the circle, it's not going to be affected. While I'm selecting the two parts, the rectangular and the circle, I'm going to the Modify tab and weld them together. Usually what I do whenever I weld two parts together, double click on the design to expose the dots. Whenever I have extra dots, I have to get rid of them to speed up my cutting process. And always I have to go back to the Send tab to check my lines, which one is going to be cut and which one are not. Now we move on to the second part of the design. I have to keep my parts in group. Select all, right mouse click, and then group. Always I have to keep copies of my work, just in case if I'm gonna mess up something. Now I'm going to do the cutout for the Nutella jar, which is the mini Nutella. The template, I already have it pre-made. If anybody needs it, contact me on Instagram. The customer requests the safari theme or the animal jungle. So we're gonna import that theme to my workspace. The lower part of the cardstock, it's gonna bend to the back by distance according to the width of the jar. In this case, we have to extend the lower part of the object. Double click on the object and select the 2 points in the bottom. Move them down with the arrows in my keyboard to keep them straight. Now I'm going to create a frame around the Nutella jar. Select the Nutella and then go into Offset tab, and we control the offset volume from here. Choose the frame color. Make sure the width of the jar it's 3 centimeters. We're going up from the bottom 3 centimeters. And draw the dashed line to bend the cardstock to the back. Now we're going to apply the safari theme to the circle in the top. Any image with JPEG format, we have to trace it to get rid of the background. By clicking on the Tracing tab and then trace an image, put it in the corner, the cursor, and then drag it all the way to the bottom. As soon we release the mouse, we start seeing the yellow area populated on the image, so we can control the volume from here, trying to increase the volume little by little to cover all the area that I want it to be cut. I think right now it's okay. I'm going all the way down to trace and detach and cut the object. After cutting, if I notice there is more than one object, I have to combine them, all of them, together. Otherwise, it's going to slow my computer a lot. By doing that, selecting all the objects together, and then going to Modify tab, and then Make. Right now, I have one object. Send it to back. Try to match the inner circle of the leaves with the inner circle of the object. Now I am going to offset the leaves. The value of the offset, I'm going to make it 0.19. I think it's fair enough. Move the leaves on the side because we're going to need them again. We're going to select the offset leaves and the main design, select them together, and then weld them. Our designs start taking shape. Right now, we're going back to the leaves and drag them to the design. Moving in small distance, I recommend you always use the arrows in your keyboard. Like I said, always going back to the Send tab to make sure all the lines are correct. Now, I can see the leaves needs to be no cut. Everything we apply to the leaves, we're going to apply it to the car. We have to offset the car and then get the offset distance and weld it to the main design. After we weld all the parts together, I'm bringing back the car where it's supposed to be. Now we need to implement the theme for the rest of the box. Again, with the tracing tool, we need to detach the rest of the leaves, which is going to go in the bottom of the design. Now we move to the center of the box to fill it with the leaves too. I had this image, which is I downloaded earlier. I'm almost done with the design. Before I group my project, I have to go to the Send tab and make sure all my lines are correct. Now go back to the Design tab and then select them all. Right click the mouse and then group. Now we move into the back side of the design. Select my object, go to the Copy tab, and then Mirror. Select the new object and then ungroup. I will delete all the objects inside the design except the edges and the dash line. I'll make sure the dash line it's there and then select them all and group them. I unify the color for the backside. I choose white. Before I print, I go to the page to the setup panel, go to the registration mark and turn it on. I always make sure the inset value it's on 1. Make sure my design in the middle of the page, which is going to be A4, go into the alignment tab and then center to page. I'm ready to print right now. I'm using the shortcut Control P on Windows or Command P on Mac. After I'm done with my printing, I'm going to show you the work progress. If you have any question or you want to see our work, you can visit our Instagram profile. Thank you for watching.